In this video, we'll be looking at this 4-in-1 fast charging cable from Shezi. They did send a sample for review, but as always, that doesn't affect our opinion in any way. So this is just the box that it comes in. As you can see, we have a picture of the cable on the front. Again, it is a 4-in-1 cable, so we have the Lightning, a USB-A, and then there's two USB-Cs underneath that, and then the kind of Shezi logo here. But we'll just go ahead and open up the packaging here. So we have a nice indicator, again, of kind of what I was talking about, and then we have the actual cable itself. So other than the cable, we do just have a user manual. Should be pretty straightforward, but nice to have that included. So we can get a closer look at the actual cable. So this is a 5.5 foot cable. Again, it's 4-in-1, so we do have the 4 different kind of connections here, and it also supports up to 55 watts of charging, which will be kind of like half a gigabit of data transfer speed as well. So pretty powerful cable, especially for the size, but we'll just go ahead and get this all unpackaged here. So again, this is just kind of a closer look at the cable. It is a braided cable, so it looks pretty similar to the ones that Apple includes with the newer iPhones, so that looks pretty nice. Feels pretty good overall. On the inside here, we do have a nice little orange tip, which I think looks pretty good. We also have this included kind of organizer here, so if you wanted to store it easily, then you can just kind of undo this here like that, and then say you want to wrap it around or something like that. Wrap back onto itself, then it will just kind of act as a cable management system overall. You could have done that better, but you know, you get the idea. So the most interesting part, of course, is the actual connections here. Again, we have Lightning to USB-A at the moment, but if you go ahead and lift this up, this kind of flips around like that, and then it does reveal USB-C, so now it's USB-A to USB-C. But if we want to, you can go back and do this again, and then it is USB-C to USB-C. So you can kind of play around with the combinations. If you want USB-C to Lightning, you're able to do that. If you want USB-C to USB-A, you're able to do that. Again, just kind of a lot of customization here. It does just kind of make it compatible with a bunch of different devices. If you have like an older iPhone and you want to be using this with a drone or something like that as well, then you're able to kind of get everything connected just using this one cable, which is super nice. As I said, it does support up to 65 watts of charging. It kind of says that here in 65 watts, so that's very nice. It should be compatible with most chargers. Even if you wanted to use this like with a laptop or something, that 65 watts should cover that. You probably want something a little bit faster for a MacBook Pro or something like that, but if you're using it with like a Windows laptop, then this should be pretty nice because it does just kind of work with both your phone, smaller devices, and then a laptop as well. So the 65 watts of power and the pretty fast data transfer speeds make it pretty versatile. Of course, it is also 4-in-1, and overall it's definitely very solid because it is just kind of the size of a normal Lightning cable. Of course, the connections are a little bit bigger, but to be able to carry just this one cable instead of carrying 3 or potentially 4 different cables, then you're able to just kind of have this one, throw it in your bag, and use it for a bunch of different devices. So just kind of show you how it works, we'll go ahead and connect it to my phone via USB-C. Then we can connect these to the portable charger, either using the USB-A like this, and it will start charging. Or if we want to, this also has USB-C compatibility, so say we're using something else on the USB-A port, we can go ahead and take out the little cap here and then plug it in via USB-C like this, and it will of course start charging like that as well. So overall, it is a very versatile cable. As I was saying, it kind of takes up the space of one cable but has the functionality of 4, so it makes it very good for traveling, or if you just don't want to worry about a bunch of different cables being tangled up in your bag, then it definitely serves that purpose very well.